As you know, you were very busy yesterday. Got some time with a couple of very influential members of Congress. Take a look at these interviews.
Senator Reid, the president said he will veto any bill that has earmarks in it. This is a strong line, absolutely against earmarks. Right move by the president?
I think most people know how I feel about this. I think it's taking a power away from the legislative branch of government and giving it to the executive branch of government. The executive branch of government is powerful enough. And I think that I know more about what Nevada needs than some bureaucrat down on K Street or wherever they hang out.
Do you think the president's wrong on this?
Without any question. This isn't the first time. He knows how I feel about this. I think it's a usurpation of our power. And I understand it's great for a applause line, but it's really is not solving anything to do with the deficit. It is only for show.
So why have you lost this fight? I mean, you've lost it with the president. You've lost it up here. I mean, the Republicans are all now, unified, almost 100%.
Well, even John Cornyn, chairman of the Republican Senatorial Campaign Committee, said earmarks will be back, and they will be, because we have a constitutional obligation as members of Congress to have congressionally directed spending. It is not the responsibility solely of the president to do that. And I think that those people who think it's a quick fix are going to find out it is only going to allow the president to become more powerful.
So you're saying that earmarks will be back?
Of course they'll be back.
When?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to be here a while, but they'll be back.
The other thing the president had to say on the spending front was this freeze in discretionary spending. Mm-hmm. What do you think of that?
I think that that's something we can live with. The problems with, as we learned with our deficit commission, not with domestic discretionary spending, that's a small part of the problems of this country. The problems are much, much deeper than that. And one of the places we have to look is not only with domestic discretionary spending, but with defense spending. That's why I applaud Secretary Gates, who says that we have to do something to cut defense spending. And we all know that we have to do something to rein in the cost of Medicare and Medicaid, and certainly we have to do that.
Thank you so much for joining us, Congressman. I know it's a busy day. So they use a word to describe you a lot, what you're trying to do, draconian.
I'd rather
Draconian
say like Packer
cuts.
fan or something like that.
But so I mean, you're portrayed by Democrats as somebody that's going to destroy Social Security, destroy Medicare, and impose these draconian cuts.
First of all, I would say what is draconian is doing nothing and lying to the American people about these fiscal problems we have. What is draconian is procrastinating fixing our fiscal problem, because then you'll have European kinds of austerity. What I've been proposing all along is let's fix this now and do it on our own terms without the credit markets forcing us, without cuts to current seniors. The point I've been making all along is that if we act soon, we can guarantee these very, very important programs for the people who are in and near retirement, who've already retired and organized their lives around them. And then for those of us who are younger, we already know these programs are going bankrupt. We already know that Medicare and Social Security cannot make the full promises to us that it's making to us. So let's fix these programs so those of us who are younger can actually count on these programs. You have to reform entitlements in order to save entitlements. And if you do it now, we can protect those in their retirement and give real security that they'll actually be there for the younger generations.
Okay, but looking at these daunting numbers, trillions of dollars being added to the debt, look at the cuts the Republicans have proposed so far. We're talking about 30 million or so on congressional offices. The thing they're talking about now is $500 million over the next 10 years on presidential campaign funding.
If you think this is the sum of our cuts, you ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, but we're just getting started. We just got sworn in the majority.
But you acknowledge the stuff we've heard so far.
The Budget Committee just organized a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Our committees are just beginning to our oversight hearings. By the way, Congress hasn't done a lot of oversight lately, and that's both parties' fault, by the way, if you haven't noticed. So we need to do real oversight.
So you'll actually go line by line, and everything you target's going to have
not just me, but all of us in Congress. The Appropriations Committee is going to do this. Yeah. Every committee in Congress is going to do oversight hearings in their jurisdiction, going through this budget line by line, looking for savings, looking for ways of doing things better, trying to consolidate duplicative programs in government, trying to get savings. Because look, we have a government here that we know we can't afford.
But every program in here's got people that are going to be fighting
Of
for
course,
it, right?
that's the way it works. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You bet.
Appreciate it. All right. So there's Republican House Chairman, Budget Chairman Ryan, and also Harry Reid, the Democratic leader in the House. And as you can see, Rick, they don't exactly see eye to eye on this. In fact, elsewhere in our interview with Reid, he said that Ryan doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, there you have it. You know, these two men have so much in common. It's amazing how you can cram them both together in one day on Capitol Hill. All right, that does it for this edition of Top Line. For John Carl, I'm Rick Klein. Twitter.com/Rick Klein. Twitter.com/John Carl. John, find some members of Congress in that building.
You got it, man.